God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God the Father of all souls, has told you, sweetest children, you, the principal actors, have the hero and heroine parts in this world drama. No one else has a hero part like you Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma, throughout this whole world cycle. This is a play about winning and then losing a kingdom. You are the hero and heroines. Hero means the principal actors. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those of you who follow I, God the Father of all souls, elevated direction and become pure, as I, God the Father of all souls, can pass this examination. You are receiving the unlimited inheritance for 21 births, so you definitely have to make a little effort. If you don't make effort now, you won't make effort every world cycle. In that case, how would you claim a high status? If you become pure, you will claim a high status. Otherwise, there will have to be punishment. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those of you who are obedient in following subtle order, develop the power to follow physical orders. The subtle and main order is constantly stay in remembrance of me, God the Father of all souls, and become pure in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Let there not be any impurity or uncleanliness in your thoughts. If your old impure sanskars, habits, touch your thoughts, you cannot be called perfect Vaishnavas or completely pure. So do not have a single thought without following the orders. You will then be called one who is completely obedient. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you know that I, God, the unlimited Father of all souls, who is called the Purifier, is the seed of this human world tree. Those seeds are non-living, whereas I, God, the Father of all souls, is living. I am called the truth, the living being, and the embodiment of bliss. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, only you know this confluence age of the world cycle truly does come every 5,000 years. This is called the spiritual, imperishable, most auspicious confluence age. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you have now remembered you were residents of heaven, and you then took 84 births and have now become residents of hell. I, God the Father of all souls, has come once again to make you into residents of heaven once again. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, remember me, God the Father of all souls, and you will become pure from impure. No one can return home to the soul world without becoming pure. Otherwise, if you don't become pure, there will have to be punishment. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is souls who receive punishment. A soul adopts a body in the jail of a womb and then receives punishment. Babies have to suffer a lot. They cry out in distress. They say, I would not commit sin again. You children are not going to go into the jail of a womb. There in heaven, a womb is a palace because there is no sin in heaven. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, when it was heaven, it was a kingdom of the Sun dynasty of Lakshmi and Narayan. They have taken rebirths and become part of the Moon dynasty. The population has continued to increase. There are now many millions of people. This world cycle will now repeat from the beginning once again. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, I, God the Father of all souls, meet you Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma, first. Those who come first in a race win a prize. Your race is of remembrance of me, God the Father of all souls. This is not mentioned in any of the scriptures. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, at this time you are gods and goddesses of knowledge. You study and then become princes and princesses. This is your aim and objective, to change from a human being into deities, residents of heaven. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you were deities, residents of heaven, and then became warriors, merchants, and Shudras, degraded ones after taking 84 births. You have now become Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma, and will then become deities once again. The one who is teaching you is I, God Shiva, the ocean of knowledge, the Supreme Soul, and not Krishna. No one else apart from me, God the Father of all souls, can teach this Raja Yoga. Gateway to Heaven, the 23rd of November 2021.